Hello there. I feel like I sounded like Obi-Wan. Hello there. Okay, hello, my name is May. I help people with anxiety, depression, and trauma stop feeling hopeless and confused about their healing journey, have a clear direction, and know how to cope and thrive with the experiences that are happening with them. Today, we're going to be talking about the lie. Yes, the lie of if I am harder on myself, I'm gonna heal. It's all gonna work. If I am hard enough on myself, if I push myself far enough, I'll get through the depression, I'll get through the anxiety, I'll get through the trauma response, and I'll be good. I'll be fine. Or if I just push myself hard enough, I can do X, Y, and Z despite having anxiety, despite having trauma, whatever it is for you. And I think a lot of us relate to this experience of pushing beyond our limits. It's very normalized in our cultures, of course depending on where you live, but in the United States for sure, and often push ourselves really hard, and it makes a lot of sense. It's just this kind of like what we're told, what's easier, like just get it done, push through, we're good. But it demands so much from us, like both physically and mentally and emotionally. All of this kind of be in the context of like mental and emotional, but it can also be like in other contexts as well. I think this is a pretty normal experience that people have, whether you have some sort of like mental illness or not. Like a lot of us experience this. Like I feel like I personally just get it in all the time where I'm like, I push myself hard enough, then I can take care of myself. I do this, then I can take care of myself. I do this. And I used to do this with like literally going to the bathroom, okay? I used to be like, if I finish this and I can go use the bathroom. If I finish this and I can go make myself food. Not even recognizing that not doing basic needs or not doing basic emotional, mental needs was literally killing me inside. It was killing me inside. Because I said this with someone recently, that either you find rest time or rest time finds you. You know, you find time to work on yourself or that time's gonna find you. You know, that's kind of when we hit rock bottom usually, is like, and push something that's not working. The current method is not working, okay? And eventually it just comes to a head and you're like, you know, in crisis or just have to quit your job, something drastic happens, whatever it is. It's also like when you're sick and you try to just like keep pushing and keep going. Even when you know that you shouldn't, even when you know it's like bad for you, you just pretend everything's fine and you're like, I can get through it. Everything is fine. You don't like stop to let your body rest instead, which usually makes you even more bedridden when your body says, nope, it's time to be in bed, and can make you even sicker when, you know, you maybe didn't have to be that sick. It's also the same thing mentally. If we push ourselves past our mental and emotional limits, there's gonna be a breaking point. We can be so hard on ourselves and push ourselves past the point of maybe where it would serve us best or would be good. I think this can be in the context of healing as well, like pushing ourselves so hard to do yoga, pushing us so hard to listen to affirmations, to do journaling, whatever it is, like take some sort of action to be productive, or we're not doing it right, or we like haven't been doing healing, right? We haven't been working on ourselves. And sometimes we can even expect that so much from us that we just disconnect, right? We even just say, I'm not going to do any of that because that's too much. Okay, that's too much. Doing the journaling, too much. When we push ourselves so hard, it usually actually makes our mental and emotional illnesses go up. Like the experiences get even more intense because we're pushing ourselves to do something that maybe isn't serving us, and so our body is reacting, our emotions are reacting, saying, stop, don't do that, stop it. And you're still doing it because perhaps that's the right way to do it, or that's just what you feel you have to do in order to heal. That's what was told to you, like whatever it is. We just push harder and harder and harder, and then it actually still gets harder and harder and harder. Because essentially what we're doing is that we're trying to harm ourselves in order to be better, in order to do what we have to do. We're not listening to our inner body. Our inner voice can often be critical during these times too. I remember when I, was really, really pushing myself too hard, like in college. I always said should in my brain all the time. I was like, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. If I just do this, then this will happen. If I just push through it, I'm gonna get that essay done. If I just do this, I'll be happier. And it was never true, because then I would do those things and I still wouldn't be happy. But I was convincing myself that's what I needed to do. I needed to push, I needed to go, I needed to... And I kind of feel like we can do this in two ways, where one is pushing ourselves past our limit, whether it's like physically, mentally, emotionally, and we may be getting cues somewhere. Our body is tired, our emotions, maybe we're feeling overwhelmed, or we're feeling like, tired, like internally, like emotion-wise. You're just like, I don't want to do this. Or your thoughts are just like, whoa, oh my gosh. And then this causes like mental illness, physical illness symptoms to be exacerbated or come up for you. Or we can be so harsh to ourselves, or maybe, it's actually like or we're harsh to ourselves in our head to get us to do these things. And that in itself is hard, right? We're pushing ourselves to do the work, be better, do the thing, because that's what we have to do in order to, I don't know, make money, to be a good person, to like whatever. And honestly, this is the critic in disguise most of the time. This is a part of ourselves that's trying to protect us. Oh my god, I can't fucking speak. This is a part of us trying to protect ourselves. Because it's like, if we don't push ourselves, something bad's going to happen. If we don't if we don't push ourselves past our limits, something wrong is going to happen. And I think it's like good to ask ourselves, like, is it worth it? Because you can see results. This is literally true. I got a degree, but I almost killed myself trying to get that degree. And I still have physical and mental health symptoms from trying to get that degree that I'm still trying to deal with, right? And that didn't really make me the money I wanted, but that's a different thing. I'm dead. Because it's multifaceted. Is it actually helping us to get where we want to go? And is it helping us mentally, physically, whatever? Because sometimes we need a little push, okay? Sometimes we need a little tough love. But I think for a lot of us, we're too hard on ourselves. We push ourselves way past where we need to be, okay? Especially if we have mental health, because you might be feeling like so many mental health symptoms. You might be feeling really tired or feeling really depressed, like you don't want to do things, and you push yourself to do it, And, there's a short-term and a long-term cost and benefit. In the short term, we are going to get things done. In the short term, we are going to get things done. We may not be really enjoying the process or enjoying life. And in the long term, it could mean that you aren't able to get long-term goals done. You feel burned out. You feel like you can't keep going. Your mental health symptoms, emotional health symptoms get so exacerbated. It could be illnesses. You lose friendships, connections, opportunities because you're trying to push yourself too hard. You have no capacity for anything else. So I hope I've kind of like outlined why, if you're harder on yourself, not make you improve, especially when it comes to mental and emotional stuff, but also just in life, because there is a value in working hard and pushing yourself sometimes, but if we're constantly doing it, there's gonna be repercussions for that. And, it's just not healthy. And I get it, because my body is literally always on haywire trying to get me to do too much. Okay, I understand. I literally understand. The compulsion and need to do more and push yourself. And what's the other way through it? What can we actually do about it? Something I thought of was like, we're hard enough. Like, if I'm hard enough on myself, what about if I'm soft enough on myself? Like, what does being soft enough on me mean? I don't know. I don't like how I just said that. That sounded kind of weird. If I am soft towards myself, what does that mean? And I think that maybe we kind of come at this from like the perspective of we're being too soft on ourselves, that we're not pushing ourselves hard enough because we're not seeing the goals or outcomes that we want, so then we push more. What if there's like another way to do this? What if like there's a way to be softer and that actually serves us more without impacting our goals and our outcomes in the long term? And you know, kind of thinking about this idea of soft enough, I thought of it as like, are we taking care of ourselves enough to do the things that we want to do? Like, am I making sure that I have time and space every day to work on mental health in order to make videos and write scripts and do the webinar I'm doing and blah 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 blah? You know, am I soft enough, taking care of myself enough to go to work every day, to do my laundry, to do X, Y, and Z? And if I'm not being soft enough, how can I change that? What can I do? I think that the alternative to not taking care of ourselves is to... I'm still trying to figure out this lighting. I don't know if this is good. We'll know soon. The alternative to not taking care of ourselves is to get short-term outcomes, but also to be sad and burnt out in the long run. Or perhaps even, you know, the extreme, you go to crisis, you have a mental breakdown, blah 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 blah. So yeah, comment down below if you're hard on yourself, and if so, like what ways you're hard on yourself, and then comment ways you're maybe soft enough, like how you try to take care of yourself. Maybe other people will relate and also get some ideas on how to take care of themselves more. So if you like this content, please subscribe and like. I really appreciate it. I'm a small content creator, so your support means everything. And I will see you in another video where we'll talk about mental health and how to help ourselves. Alright, take care, bye!
Crisis!